Good morning everyone. Welcome to new session of class 11. Myself Sunil Bhardwaj. I will teach you physics. Today is the first lecture, so I want to share my views with you. I know all of you have done lot of hard work in 10th class and most of you will definitely score good marks. But way of studies in 11th class is quite different from 10th class. There is a large gap between 10th standard and 11th standard. It is not possible that one can jump directly from this 10th to 11th standard. You have to fill this gap. It is better to use the stairs of mathematical tools. Mathematical tools means certain mathematical topics which are used to study the physics, such as logarithms, exponential, trigonometric function, differentiation, integration, and so on. Now, to avoid uploading problem, I have to cut short the duration of lecture. It will be between 15 to 20 minutes. I will cover your whole syllabus, so you need not to use any other study materials. After completion of some topics, I will provide you the assignments. We will discuss these assignment through WhatsApp group, and you have to make a notebook for the exercise of NCERT book, and I will definitely see it after school reopens. After completion of chapter, I will take your online test and your marks will be posted in the group. After some time, maybe possible we connect with each other in a real time, that is online studies. Now in physics, the first thing which we have to focus is the theory, its theory portion. How can we understand theory? By some examples, suitable examples, some activities. With the help of some activities or experiments, we can study the theory. What the theory is? Theory includes definitions, some laws, some derivations. We have to learn the definition or the statement. We can understand the laws or rules, but we have to practice derivations and we have to derive the certain formula with the help of mathematics. And the medical students face problem in this derivation portion. Now after completion, after doing this theory work, we have two different parameters to verify this theory. One is numericals. And second one is experiments. We can verify theory after performing some experiments. We can verify theory after solving the numericals. Now one has to focus more on the experiments in the research work. That means in higher studies we have to focus more and more on the experiments. And competitive exams we have to focus more and more on the numericals. Now if you are preparing for board exams, suppose for your board exams, you can say that NCERT books are sufficient. You can solve numericals from the NCERT exercise, its examples. While preparing for medical or JEE mains, you have to follow H.C. Verma, a very nice book. For the IIT Advance, you need to follow B.M. Sharma. And with a lot of examples, and the most difficult book, which is Erodo. And theory, which is very important portion. To get command on the theory, we have to follow NCERT book. It is sufficient. If we follow line to line, we get all the information from the NCERT book. But if you are very much interested in physics, the best book of physics is Halliday and Resnick. Halliday and Resnick explain the theory with the help of experiment as well as numericals. Now for most of the students, for preparing the competitive exams, they directly start doing the numericals. But you can never be perfect in numericals without command in the theory. Therefore, first of all, you have to command in your theory. If theory is very much clear to you, you can easily understand the numericals. If you understand the numerical, the 50% of numerical is supposed to be done. And if you are able to understand the numerical, then you can easily apply the formula. Formula we get after derivation. You can easily apply the formula. You know which formula is to be used. And in putting the values in formula, you should have knowledge of units. That means if you are not convert in physical quantity in proper unit, you will not get the correct answer. For example, in 9th class, you have done a simple problems of speed, distance and time. Speed is given as 60 km per hour. A body is moving with 60 km per hour. Find the distance it covers in 30 seconds. And you know the formula. Speed is, everybody knows the formula. Speed is distance upon time. But if you directly use these values in the formula, you will not get the answer. What you have to do? Either you have to convert this kilometer per hour into meter per second, or this second into hour. That means you have a knowledge of units. After putting the values with proper units, you have to do the calculation. And for calculation, you should know the basic algebra and the table up to 9. Then you can calculate. It is clerical problem. Now after calculation, sometimes the answer is having very large number of digits. In that case, you need round off. For that, you should have a knowledge of significant figure. That means three terms are used here. One is you should know about the units. You should know about the rounding off. For that, you should know about the significant figure. All these terms, yeah, we have to study in our second lecture. And the second chapter is units and dimension. In that we study all this. That means the second chapter is very important for the numericals. Now we come to the first chapter. First chapter of NCERT is physical world. In this chapter, it gives the basic about the science and the physics, society, and so on. It does not have very much important for the competitive exams. The first chapter of NCERT is physical world. You just go through this chapter from NCERT book. I have not too much explain in this chapter. Explain about what is science, what is physics. As you know that physics in what do we call physics in Hindi? In Hindi we call physics as bhautiki. Bhautiki Vigyan. What is physics? Basically, in physics, we study the nature and we govern the laws from the nature. That means the natural phenomena. We govern laws from the nature. After observation many times, we get certain laws, and these laws may be modified from time to time when we include certain parameters which we have ignored earlier. In this chapter, it is given the various parts of the physics. Physics is classified in various parts such as quantum physics, classical physics, electrodynamics, thermodynamics, optics, mechanics, and so on. Some of the topics we will study in 11th class, such as mechanics, thermodynamics, and this electrodynamics, optics we will study in 12th class. This chapter also include some fundamental forces, fundamental or basic forces. Fundamental forces such as gravitational force, electrostatic force, magnetic force, nuclear force, weak van der Waals forces, and so on. You have studied this gravitational force in 9th standard. What is gravitational force? It is the force acting between the two mass bodies, and it is always attractive in nature. It is long range force. It obeys inverse square law, and so on. These are some properties. Electrostatic force you have studied in 10th class. That is the force acting between two charged particles. As you know that like charges repel each other, unlike charges attract each other. It is also obeys inverse square law. It is also long range force. Magnetic force which acts between the two poles. As you know that like poles such as north and north, south and south repel each other, whereas unlike force attract each other. Nuclear force. It is the strongest force in nature, very short range force as compared to this. It acts inside the nucleus. It is acting between neutron, neutron, proton, proton and neutron, proton. Now sometimes question may be, if you are does not know about the theory, suppose a question is asked, if two protons are placed very close to each other, what will happen? Which type of force will it act? So most of you will say that they will repel each other. But if the separation is very less of the order of nanometer, then the nuclear force will act, dominate the electrostatic force, and the force acting between two protons will be attractive in nature. Now if it is asked that two neutral particles are there, what is the force acting between them? Most of you say that no force will act between the neutral particles, but if they are placed close to each other, then again they will exert an attractive force. That means nuclear force is always attractive force. This force is to basically bind the nucleus. These are some of the forces. And also in this chapter we study some laws such as conservative property, some properties. One of them is conservative property. You study in the junior classes definition: energy is conserved, energy is neither created nor destroyed but can be transferred from one form to another form. We also studied that mass is conserved, we cannot destroy the mass. But in higher classes there may be some changes, there is that differ in the laws. For example, for the mass, when we study the Einstein's mass energy relationship, we have to change our statement. E is delta m into c square. Everybody knows about this equation. E is equal to delta m into c square. From this relation it is clear that mass can be converted into energy. If mass can convert into energy, that means mass is not conserved as well as energy is not conserved. But there is a modification in that energy and mass as a system will be conserved. All these terms we will study in this first chapter, physical world. We just go through this chapter, and we will next day we will discuss our second chapter, units and dimensions and measurement. Thank you. Have a nice day.